Okay, so this is another awesome, in my opinion, deal that I think is killer bang for the buck. And I definitely wouldn't sleep on this one. So these chips are, in fact, Gamers Nexus just did a review on these. These are not that much slower than the newer chips. It's a small amount, but they're close enough that it should be in contention, and you can even use the same boards. So it's effectively the same platform as 13th and 14th gen for the most part. This is a chip that I have in 3 of my own systems right now as we speak. It's an awesome chip. I'm probably going to order another one in a couple of days for another build I'm doing for something. Um, so for my purposes, I prefer Intel because I know a lot of people are going to try to throw the AMD thing in there. This isn't about AMD. This is about Intel. So this chip does not fall under the problems that the other Intel chips have. So I know a lot of people are going to try to bring that up. These have generally been shown not to have those stability issues. I did look, the other chip that I would have considered recommending for people that are looking more for gaming was the 5800X3D, but I could not find the 5800X3D anywhere. These are available brand new in box right now. So you look at, let me pull us over to Amazon here. So you look at the 12700K is $213. The KF is sub $200 now. This is nuts. For what you're getting for this chip, I mean, I'm not here to do benchmarks. There's so many channels and so many people that do benchmarks. Go look up 12700K versus anything else. I don't think there is another chip that's as well-rounded as this for the price. I'm pretty sure that from the stuff I've seen, this is probably a little bit faster than the 5950X, and it's cheaper by like $100. I know that's hard to hear because everyone wants AMD to be the best bang for the buck, but this chip appears to be about $100 cheaper and is slightly faster than the 5950. At least that was the conclusion I came to when I was deciding which way to go on a bunch of these systems. Now, I would recommend against trying to save the, what do we got, $20. I would recommend against trying to save that $20 on the K versus K, or on the non-K. So when you give up the, I made this mistake myself a few times. When you give up the integrated video, you're not just giving up the integrated video. You're probably not going to be using that. Pretty much anyone watching my channel is going to have a video card. However, it's not just about gaming or that type of performance. The quicksync, which is something that you'll have to research it, but basically it gives the ability to use the integrated video with some of the encoding stuff, some of the Adobe software, stuff like that. And I put quite a bit of research into this, and I came to the conclusion that it wasn't worth saving $20, and that the benefits for some creative work outweighed $20. That was my conclusion. I'm not going to present a whole case on that. You can take my word for that or not. If not, I would recommend doing your own research on that, but that's the conclusion I came to. But both options are here. If all you're going to do is game, then it might be a viable option. Just get the KF, and because all you're going to do is game, but for the extra money, I just don't feel it's worth what you're giving up. Not to mention, I believe it's a hit in resale too. I like when I go to resell a 12700 build, because I've sold a few of them, I just want it to say 12700K. I don't want an additional letter in there that I then have to explain to the buyer, that kind of thing. Call me weird, but I feel that way. So at this price, I really don't see any reason to buy a different chip. Unless you already have an X570 or something. But in my opinion, this is the best bang for the buck. Look at that. They even have it overnight. I could order it and have it tomorrow morning. Oh, look. Today. 12700 KF. I could literally have that today before I go to bed. Okay. I live in Seattle. Fair enough. They do have the 12900K as well. I still think... I don't know, about a little over $50, $60. You'd have to do your own research on that. I've kind of just defaulted to using the 12700 for everything. I have a 12900KF in one system, but for the most part, I use the 12700K, and I've been happy with it. I've got it in my Plex server. I've got it in. Let me switch back to me here. How do I do this? Yeah, I've got it in my ITX. I've got it in my Plex. I've got it in my workstation. I've got it in one of my general use day-to-day machines. They're good chips. And then I have a 12100 in my media center. So I definitely I like it. I like the chip, especially if you go with a more modern DDR5 has come way down. You can get 32 gigs of DDR5, which is kind of the recommendation at this point for I think I was looking last night actually for a build, and it was like, I think it was 80, it's like $89.99 for 32 gigs of good Corsair. I think it was either the Dominator or the other. I can't remember. They have a couple different models, but it was 32 gigs of good Corsair RAM. It's like $80. And then I was looking at like $150 for a good mid-range board. I think the final cost with tax and everything was like $430 or something like that for a 12th gen with 32 gigs DDR5 on a DDR5 board. I'd just take my money. Go watch the new, if you're on the fence on this one, Gamers Nexus just released a video on the, looking back at 12th gen. And from what I remember, they were pretty favorable on it. So anyway, just another, recommendation, new change in price. This is the cheapest I've seen it. Typically, I think all the 12700Ks I've bought, I paid around $275 for them. So that's what the 12900 is now. So definitely get on that and get yourself a kick butt system. Anyway, thanks for watching the video.